Now first, I want you to think about what was your connotation around money growing up? What did you believe money was? For a lot of us, we have these beliefs and these stories that we tell ourselves around money that we take on from other people from a young age. Our parents, society, media, culture. What was the belief for you? For some people, it might be that money is the root of all evil, that it corrupts people, that it causes people to change. For others, it might be they may have seen that people worship money like a god, like it is the most important thing on the face of the earth. See, the first thing that I want you to understand when it comes to making more money and not being scared about more money is, number one, you got to understand what money actually is. So let's define money first. So to define money, you need to understand what it actually is, and it's very simple. Money is actually just a digital or physical placeholder for social value. That's why money was developed. Money was developed so that rather than trading or bartering a product or a service, you could actually use money to stand in its place. Think about it. When you want to fly somewhere and you buy a ticket from United or American Airlines, right? Well, you don't have a service or good that you can trade to American Airlines for that flight. So what do? You pay them money. You pay them a physical or digital placeholder for the social value that they are bringing you. So you can see that money is not actually good or bad. Money is not great or evil. Money is simply neutral. It is a physical or digital placeholder for social value. That's the first step to understanding this. And that brings us to belief number 2 of why people are so scared to make more money. They believe that it's hard to make money. So let's go back to what money actually is. Money is just a physical or digital placeholder for social value. So pretty simple for how we can make more money. You need to bring more value to somebody, or you need to bring more value to more people, and you will be rewarded money, right? If you bring value to someone, they will repay you with some form of monetary value to hold that place. So you can either go deeper with someone, provide them more value, or you can go broader with more people, provide more people value, and you will actually make more money. It's actually pretty simple when you start to frame it that way. And now you just need to figure out how to bring more value to more people to get those results. So to give you an example, when I was 11 years old, I figured this out, okay? I hope that doesn't make you feel bad. But when I was 11 years old, my mom actually took me out to Anza Borrego, and we found lilac bushes, wild lilac bushes in Anza Borrego, which is about an hour and a half from where we live in San Diego. We found wild lilac bushes, and we clipped some lilacs, and we put them in a couple of big painter's buckets, brought these 2 buckets home, and in San Diego County, they don't actually grow lilacs. So I walked around the neighborhood with my little white trolley, and I went door to door and I asked people if they wanted lilacs. And because it's not a flower that grows natively in San Diego, people loved it. They loved this shit. They would pay $5 for a stem, or $10 for a bundle, or 25 bucks for the bucket. So I very quickly made a good amount of money because I brought something of value to people in the neighborhood. So I thought, hey, I can bring more value to more people. So if I go get more of these lilacs and I get my friends to help me sell them to more people, I'll bring more value and I'll get more money. So I roped a couple of my buddies into this idea. I convinced my dad to take our big Suburban out. We took our big Suburban out to Anza Borrego, and we got loads of lilacs. We got something like 20, 30 buckets full, and we loaded up the Suburban and we brought them all back. And I convinced my buddies to walk around the different neighborhoods and go door to door and sell these lilac flowers to people. And I told them, hey, you'll get a 75%. So if they sell a bucket for 20 bucks, they'll get 15 of it and I'll get 5. I learned how to multiply the value I was bringing to people. Now, everybody won in this game, right? The neighborhood was filled with these beautiful flowers. My friends made money that they weren't making before, and I got to exponentially grow the amount of value that I was bringing to the neighborhood. See, the reality is it's not difficult to make money when you understand the definition of money. Bringing value will bring you more monetary value. That's all it is. Now, the third biggest issue that results in a lot of people being scared of making more money is they believe that money is a zero-sum game. That means that if they take more money, if they get more money, that means somebody has to lose more money. Now, let me show you how stupid this idea really is, okay? Because the reality is, if you're getting money, but money is just a physical or digital placeholder for social value, then the reality is you're giving them something of equal or greater value in return. Now think about this. Do you own an iPhone or maybe a fancy new Samsung? When you went and bought that iPhone or that fancy new Samsung, did you instantly pick up your phone and call Apple and be like, what the hell? You stole my money! Fuck this, Apple! Like, you took my 800 bucks, this is bullshit! No, you didn't. You went and paid hundreds, if not $1,000 for this fancy new phone, and when you got it, you were so excited. You gave up your money willingly, and what you got in return was worth so much. You were so excited that you finally got this new phone that it was the best. You won, and so did Apple. See, what I need you to understand is that money is not a zero-sum game. If money is just a digital placeholder for, or physical or digital placeholder for social value, when somebody pays you money, they're gonna get something in return that is equal or greater. So everybody wins. The transition of money results in more people winning. Don't you see? That's the way that you need to view making money. Which brings us to number 4. The number 4 reason that people are scared of making money is because they believe that money will change them. Now here's the truth, all right? Money doesn't change people. Money just makes people more of who they already were. So if somebody was already a shitty person and they start to make more money, it's going to put a magnifying glass on their true values and the true characteristics of that person, and they're gonna seem like a shittier person, right? That's just the truth. So money doesn't change people, it just magnifies who you already were. It will magnify your insecurities, it will magnify the darker corners of you. So the reality is you actually do need to work on yourself if you're gonna make more money. But if you truly believe that you're a good person, you actually have a moral responsibility of making more money because money is just a force multiplier. Think about it, if you're a good person, and I would bet if you're watching this, chances are that you are a good person. If you're a good person, what would you do with the money that you made? Would you just go buy Lamborghinis left and right and frivolously spend it and burn through $100 bills? Probably not. Chances are if you're watching this, you're a good person and you want to have a bigger impact on the world. You want to help people. You want to take care of your family and make sure that your kids have the support that they need to live great lives. I would bet that when you make great money, it's going to result in you and your family and your community and the world at large being a better place. Because money is just a force multiplier. So if you're a good person, you actually have a moral responsibility to make more money. And the 5th and final belief that results in people being scared of making more money is that they believe that you have to have money to make money. Now, I'm in a lot of amazing networking circles with a lot of great entrepreneurs, but the high majority of the people that I know that make great money started with nothing. They started from the bottom and now they're here, right? The reality is you do not have to have money to make money. Having money helps you expedite making money, but majority of the people that I've met that are extremely successful financially had to bootstrap their businesses, had to claw their way from the ground up to make it work. They had to be resourceful in the absence of resources. One of my good friends and mentors, Bedros Keuilian, him and his family came to this country from Armenia, and 5 of them lived in a 1-bedroom apartment for years just to make ends meet. Bedros is one of the wealthiest people I know now. He runs a 9-figure business. He lives in an amazing house in Chino Hills, and he's building true generational wealth. But he came from nothing. See, the reality is if you don't have the money to start up your business, well, you have to get resourceful. 30 years ago, we would have had to have 50 grand to rent a property and get the licensing and pay for ads in newspapers to start a business. But today, we can get on social media for free. We don't need a fancy videographer or photographer. We've got our iPhones. You don't need to pay thousands to have a web developer code your website. You can get on Wix for 50 bucks. You don't need a ton of resources to get out there and start making money. What you need is a will and the drive to actually go do something and make it happen. That's what you need. You don't need money to make money. You need desire to make money. So in the end, it's important for us to understand the stories we tell ourselves around money, because if you're falling into one of these 5 traps, I can promise you, you will struggle to meet your financial needs moving forward. But the reality is if you can make these 5 shifts, you may end up in a world that's totally different than you ever thought possible. I came from a place where my family was always the lowest income family out of everybody that I knew. Now, I'm probably one of the highest income earners out of all of my friends. And it all comes from shifting the way that you view money. And the reality is, if you're a good person, like I said, money is just a force multiplier. So if you're a good person, it's your moral responsibility to make more money. Because the reality is, when you go make more money, you're just gonna use it for good things, and you're gonna go help the world change. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and click the like button below and let me know that you enjoyed it. And if you have any specific subjects or topics that you want me to hit on, go and comment those below and we'll make sure to hit on them. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can never miss another great video.